folks, John Head here. Welcome to another edition of my video blog. I know it's been a little while. It has been extremely busy here on the Outer Banks, and sometimes taking the time out to meet with you in this format through media is a little challenging because the phones have been ringing and appointments have been set, and we've been running pretty hard and strong here for the last few months. So when I left off last, we talked about June and what we saw spiking after the reopening of the Outer Banks due to the COVID. And since then, it has been nonstop, Katie bar the door, phones ringing, properties going under contract across the board. And in all arenas of our Outer Banks real estate, from commercial, we've seen a little spike in that, which is customarily pretty much status quo, even in ups and downs. They don't have the big spikes that we see in residential real estate. But when I left you off, we were looking at a June market update, and at that point we had seen a 108% increase year over year from June of 19. Well, I got July's market report today, and I just want to share because this is exciting for those of us who have been in the real estate business here on the Outer Banks for an extended period of time. I won't say exactly how long, but it's 20 plus years. We've been through the cycles of the ebb and flow of supply and demand. And so right now in July, we are up 90% year over year from July of 19. So the under contracts, again, from this time over July of 19 are up 101%. So you see these big spikes. You can see that spike right there. You saw something very similar in June. And now, so what we have is a demand that's outweighing our supply. So our inventory has shrunk considerably over the last few months. And I kind of just want to give you those numbers so you can see. So if you've been thinking about selling, you'll understand why now may be a good time to reach out and call us here at Colony Realty Corp and John Head at 252-441-3051 on the northern beach, or 252-995-5500 on the southern beaches, Hatteras Island specifically. And you can always reach me at john@colonyrealtycorp.com. So here's an interesting fact. The inventory year over year from July of 19 to July of 2019, we had 2,400 active listings. As of the time this was printed, and this is from the Outer Banks MLS for July, we had 1,630. That's down 32%. So, with the activity that's going on, I foresee a pretty strong fall, and obviously that's customarily our biggest under contract season, although that season has changed drastically with everything going on. So what's driving this? Obviously some of us thought initially it might have been a little pent-up demand because of the closures, but obviously folks are now understanding why we started marketing Do You Still Love Where You Live? Because they figured out and they've convinced their employees or employers or they themselves working from home that it's an easy transition with technology today. Of course, until technology fails, it's great. But so we've got contractors, government contractors, we've got IT people, we've got every walk of life coming to the Outer Banks realizing that they can work from home. And that's been a really interesting dynamic because we normally see the majority of our under contracts are leaning towards the vacation rental, vacation income side. And I've seen a shift, at least in our personal business, where people are just wanting to move here. So they're looking at buying a house and not taking any more rentals, which is a little more challenging from us on a real estate perspective because North Carolina has a Vacation Rental Act, which means that if you buy a home today and it closes tomorrow, let's say, you have to honor the tenancies for 180 days out from your closing. So if somebody's booked into the end of this year and first of next year, you have to honor that tenancy. And unless you're fortunate enough that if you're with a property management company, they can move them to another house that might free it up for your living situation. So just keep that in mind if you're watching this video today and you're thinking, I'm going to move to the Outer Banks. Well, if you're looking at vacation homes, you may have to shuffle around a little bit till all your vacation rentals are over. So if you have questions about what the market is doing, or if you're considering selling your property here on the Outer Banks, reach out to us. We'll gladly provide you a comparative market analysis, show you what we do to sell properties on the Outer Banks and our track record. Obviously, I've been at it 20 plus years, and we do have a track record. So I'm going to give a little shout out to our July and the first few days of August folks who've entrusted us to sell their property here on the Outer Banks, or entrusted us to help them find the perfect home for their vacationing and second home needs. The Hardigan family, and the Miss Langhorn, McAllisters, the Barcalos, Miss Norval and Mr. Garcia, and the Garcia family that purchased another home, one of our listings, the Sutton family and Soulshine who picked their house up, the McNutts, the Loftons, and the Hobsons. So thank you for entrusting us with your real estate business here on the Outer Banks. We greatly appreciate and value our relationship as we go forward into the balance of 2020 and into a new year, 2021, which I'm sure some of us, maybe all of us, are looking for a different year number to get through 2021. But anyway, thank you for your time today. Sorry it's been a little late coming to you again, but the market here is hot and heavy, and if you want to come on down, the water's fine. Jump in and cool off. So thanks again for tuning in. Again, John Head, Colony Realty Corp, 252-995-5500, 252-592-4629 is my cell, or you can reach me anytime by email, john@colonyrealtycorp.com. Again, that's JOHN @colonyrealtycorp.com. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, have a great day till we see you here at the beach.